packing to go away can be really stressful, especially if you're an overpacker like me. I swear, whenever I'm going away, even if it's for a night or two, I'm always taking like 3 or 4 bags with me. And this was definitely the case when I went to hospital to give birth to my first baby. Before I gave birth, I researched so many different videos, read so many different articles about the things to pack, and looked extensively at the NHS checklist for all of the essentials that you need. And it is a really big list. What I found was that I packed a lot of things that I hardly used or didn't even open at all. So in this video, I'm going to go through all of the essentials that I think that you need to pack in your hospital bag, especially if you're a first-time mum. Hi, my name is Keisha and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to go through all of the essentials to pack when you're going to hospital to have your first child. So everyone's opinions are going to be different on this. I overpack. When I went to hospital, I'm about 3 months postpartum now, I packed 3 bags, one for me, one for baby, and then a labour and delivery bag as well with all of my essentials for labour and delivery. My partner also brought a rucksack, and that included all of the snacks that I didn't eat. And I'll get on to the things I actually did have from that snack bag soon. My case is a little bit different because we actually spent 4 nights and 5 days in hospital. So you don't know how long you're going to stay in hospital for. My advice would be slightly overpack, but just don't go overboard like how I did. So yeah, let me just quickly jump through the things that I packed. So firstly, researching a hospital bag. So this is the hospital bag that I took for baby. Hopefully you can see it. So this is from Oysho, O-Y-S-H-O. I don't know how to pronounce it. The reason I love this bag, to show you it, is because it's got these straps here. It's got front sections here so that you can fit things. Other front sections here. It's got a bit at the back as well, so if you wanted to put your hospital notes or anything like that, you could slide that in. And it's also got these handy straps like this, which are adjustable. So you can wear it over your shoulder like this, you can wear it over your neck. It's just so much, it's so easy, and it squashes together, so you can fit a lot of things in here. I got this bag because when I went on holiday with one of my friends, she had this bag. And it's a gym bag, but she took it for travel, and it just, when she didn't need it, it just folded up perfectly. It's padded as well, and I believe it's waterproof. So I thought this is exactly the type of thing that I need. So I bought this for baby. All of baby's stuff was in this bag. For myself, I then took this tote bag. So this tote bag has a zip at the top, which is really handy, so you can just zip things in and put them in there. Again, over the shoulder straps. I found this bag really handy, and this is the size that it is. This had all of my labour essentials in it. And then in terms of what I took for myself and baby, I took one of those carry-on cases that you'd normally use for Ryanair flights, so it's not big. It's got wheels and a handle, so you can pull it along. And the bag that I used was actually my partner's one. It's got 2 sides, and it's got one side which you zip up, and then the other side which you zip up as well. And then it's also got those little inserts so you can like unzip it and put little things in the sides. One side I made for myself, and I put a piece of paper to say it's for mum and listed what it was inside that. And then the other side I put for baby, and again did the same thing with a piece of paper and listed what was inside it. I was really extra when I packed, so I got all of these, I probably have them actually in here because I haven't actually, sorry, change mat is going on the floor. I'm trying to make this video really quickly as well, so I hope it's not going to be a long one because baby has popped out with his dad to the shops. I haven't actually looked inside this bag since this green one since I've actually come back from the hospital, so I don't actually know what's inside it. And again, I didn't even touch that bag, but I'll get onto that shortly. I packed Ziploc bags like this. So I bought these bags off of, I think it was Amazon, but I'll double check. And then I also just put a list of the things that were inside here as well, just to make it easier for myself, and ticked them off when I was going through it. I went through this with my partner as well, so that he knew what was in everything. So yeah, I took quite a lot of bags with me, and honestly, I don't think you need to. So I'm going to go through quickly what I took for myself, and then I'll go through what I took for baby. So first for mum, I wore this outfit to the hospital, nothing fancy. This pajama top, which is a really big pajama top, cotton I believe. I can't remember what shop it's from. I think this was just from Sainsbury's. It was from one of the supermarkets. So this massive top, which is like a dress top. This is what I wore for my labour. I also took these George maternity leggings, which are great because they've got the bit at the front for bump. That's what I wore into the hospital. And then I had some slip-on shoes, which I had packed for, I'd originally packed them for when I go into the shower and when I'm walking around the hospital, but I ended up just wearing them to the hospital because I was like, I can't bother to take more shoes, so I'm just going to take one pair of shoes. And I will put a link in the comments below so you can see what they were, but they were perfect because they just slide on. My feet were swollen at the point of giving birth as well, which was really handy to just have slide on shoes. It was October, so it was a little bit cold, but it was fine to have my feet out. And you can also just put on socks if you're sensitive to the cold. And also just got them from Amazon, and they were cheap and cheerful. So that was my outfit. So when I was actually in labour, and I stayed in this outfit for about a day and a half before changing into a gown. In terms of knickers, so I wore underwear which was like the oversized underwear. So I had the one that goes over your bump, which again I'll put the link for, but I got them from Asda George, I believe. Lifesavers. They were so comfortable. In my case, I had an emergency cesarean section, so it was so comfortable to be able to have the underwear like over where the scar was. Perfect. The other thing that I used in hospital, and I definitely would recommend this, because when I heard about this, I was like, I don't use it at home, so why would I use it at hospital? But I know a lot of people do use dressing gowns at home. This dressing gown from M&S, really simple, white dressing gown, it's got pockets. I used this in hospital after I had my cesarean. I only had one shower in hospital. I know it's gross, but I was out of it. I had one shower and I used this, and I was so glad that I used this, because literally when you're in hospital, the nurses and doctors just walk in on you. There's no doors. Well, when you're in active labour and you're in your room, there's a door, but there's no doors when you're in the recovery section. It's just curtains, so they literally just walk in and barge in on you. So I had just got out of my shower, and a nurse just came in to give me my medication, and I was like completely butt naked. I was able to just pull over my dressing gown. But at that stage, you probably will not care. So many people would have been inside you, touching you, whatever. You won't care at that stage. The other thing that I brought as well, which I also wore in hospital, was this. So this is a night dress, which is great for breastfeeding. It's got buttons, short sleeved. It's actually really hot in the UK hospitals, and I think it's because it has to be, because the babies need to be kept a certain temperature. This is from Boohoo. I believe it's Boohoo Maternity. I loved this. I wore this for the rest of my stay after I had my C-section, stayed in that. And then in terms of other things that I took for myself that I used, my head bonnet, a shower cap as well. And then we took a big bag of snacks, like yogurt bars, Lucozade Sport energy drinks, cartons of juice. The only thing that I actually drank, and this sounds so bad, but the only thing that I actually drank in that time that I was in hospital were the cartons of the juice. They were just like, you know, like the kids' cartons you get with the straw tropical juice, orange and apple. And then I also might have tried a tiny bit of a yogurt bar but didn't finish it. I was not hungry. I don't know if you're going to be different, but I wasn't hungry. And plus they give you 3-course meals. I did not realise that they do this, but they give you 3-course meals in NHS hospitals. So I had breakfast, lunch and dinner while I was there. And yeah, it's not the best, but the food was actually all right. Okay, so moving on to other bits for me. I also took, so lip balm. So this is just a Paw lip balm. I also took a Vaseline. When you're doing the Gastineau, your lips do get quite dry. So I was using this. It was really good. I also took a toiletries bag, which had toothpaste in, my toothbrush, my braces case, my braces, my little braces cleaner thing as well with the tablets. And what else? I took cream as well. So body cream and also face cream. And when I was in hospital, one of the nurses was actually like, what is this face cream that you've got? It's so good. Your skin's so soft. And it was the Weleda face cream. And I found that was really helpful because for some reason the atmosphere in the hospital was like, it's really hot, but then it's really like the air is really drying as well. So yeah. Also, I had water wipes for baby, but you can also use that to wipe yourself down if you want to as well. Okay, so those are really only the things that I used. I obviously had my jacket with me as well. But by the time I was actually, like, I was in labour for a long time, 51 hours my labour was, and I had packed a whole bag full of things to take with me for my labour. And that included these little like wooden massage things, so like the things you roll on yourself for massages, massage oil, labour combs. So I had 2 labour combs, a TENS machine, and then I also had this app that I was using as well. So I did hypnobirthing. So I did a hypnobirthing course and I was using the app to measure my surges, so my contractions. And then I also had, like, on that it has these positive affirmations that I was listening to as well. So I didn't actually really use much of my labour pack because I had planned to have a vaginal birth and that wasn't the case. That's not how it went. So the one thing that I did use, which is in here, was my TENS machine. So for people that don't know what a TENS machine is, it's basically like this little device that you've got these pads that you stick to your back, and then the device basically sends pulses to you, like little shocks, and they help when you're having contractions. So I use this religiously for the start of my labour. So this is what, like the pads literally, I've not seen this since. The pads, sticky pads like this that go onto your back, they've got these little wires and then they connect onto the actual like machine. So you connect these things together. This goes around your neck, they plug in, and then it's got this these buttons where you can control it. So this one's got a contraction timer, and then you can also set the different channels and the modes. So that's going to be sending pulses to you while you're having contractions. This helped me a lot at first, but again, my labour was 51 hours, and the pads, in hindsight, I should have got more pads because they stopped sticking, and I was like continuously using this while it was on me. And I wish I had more pads because we had to keep putting them back on and like trying to get them to reapply, and that was a faff in itself. So yeah, so I ended up buying this, but you can hire them online as well. But I think I'm glad that I've got it because I could use it in future. This is the L-TENS 2 baby care TENS machine, and I'll put a link in the section below. So my TENS machine is what I use. I also used my labour combs. So at one point I had one comb in each hand and was squeezing them. I don't think that did anything for me. And again, I had this app. I was doing hypnobirthing and I was trying to do like vaginal birth, natural birth, whatever you want to call it. I did not find the hypnobirthing work for me. That's my personal opinion. I've got tocophobia as well, which is a fear of childbirth and labour. So for me, I think the hypnobirthing helped me to like try and learn about the birthing process and to put me at ease before I actually went into labour. But when it actually got to the point of it, I literally looked at my partner and I was like, I can't breathe. Like, this breathing's not working for me. But yeah, again, each their own. Everyone's different. This is just my list and my experience. And this is for people to help you if you're looking into what you need to take with you, but also for myself as a reminder of what I actually use and what I didn't, because I know I overpack. So, moving on to what I packed for baby. I packed these bags. I had about 8 of these bags, I think, with different things in them. This one was the baby clothes bag. And I'll just read through the list of the things that I actually packed. So 1 vest, first size, 1 vest, 1 month, 1 sleep suit, first size. Those are the sleep suits that have on the sleeves, they fold over and have mittens, and they've got footsies. 1 sleep suit, 1 month, 1 muslin cloth or burp cloth. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but burp cloth. 1 nappy size 0, which is the very newborn size. 1 nappy size 1. So I had about 8 of these bags, I believed. So they were already pre-packed. The things were in there. So then all my partner had to do, if I had to have a cesarean and we needed to bring stuff in, was just grab one of these bags and then take it in, which worked wonders because I did have to have a cesarean and he forgot where everything was. So that was great. So I ended up packing a first size and an up to 1 month size for baby. But when my partner grabbed the stuff, after I had the cesarean, like so much was going on, we only used the up to 1 month size, and it was slightly big on him, but it worked. Again, I wouldn't do the first size again, I don't think, if I was doing it in future, and I'd probably just pack like 1 of them. So this is the actual outfit that baby wore when he was born. So this is an up to 1 month size. It's just got a little giraffe on it. They are poppers. They've got footsies, and again, like I mentioned, it's got like the this sleeve folds out. So this is really clever actually. So it folds out and it's got little mittens. So you don't actually need to take scratch mittens with you because you can just do that. So that was what he wore when he was born. When we went home, so he was basically, when we were in hospital, if we needed to change him, and I don't remember how many times we changed him, but if we needed to change him, we had these bags that were pre-packed. And to be honest, we actually went through a lot of these bags because at the time when we were leaving, I was like, we've barely got anything left. So we did actually go through a lot of these bags. So I think it was clever overpacking, but I probably wouldn't have packed first size again. And then to go home, this is the next thing that he wore. So my friends came and picked up a lot of our stuff and went to our house to like try and prepare our house for us before we got home, which was so lovely of them. And if you are about to give birth and you haven't thought of that, definitely do that. Like have friends or family go around to just prepare things, because you might have just had to rush out and go to the hospital, which was the case for me. They took home like all his going home stuff. So my partner just literally gave them like all these like bags, and then I realised we don't have anything left for him. So he was already wearing this. So he went home in this, which is again another sleep suit. This one I think is from Boots. And then what I did was we just put a blanket around him, and because he had a orange hat, which is, I believe they give it to babies if they have issues at birth or something like that in the UK. So he had an orange hat on. And I think we could have taken it home, but I gave it back to them on the way out. So I also had this hat for him as well, which is from Next, I think. And it just says hello on it. So he wore this hat. The problem with this hat, I would say, is 0 to 3 months. His head was kind of like cone shaped when he came out, but it was still quite small. So this was quite big and kept sliding. What I would have done instead probably was use one of these hats. So this has got like at the top, you can tie it. So it's like this, but you can like tie it and make it a bit more adjustable, so then it fits them a bit better. In future, I would have just packed these hats instead. And then burp cloth, really good. Had 2 or 3, no, actually I think I had like 8 of these, because I think in the packs I've just thrown these in as well. But these are perfect. You need them to just put over your shoulder, to burp them, wipe them down, perfect. And in terms of other things that I packed for him, which I'd say were essential, so a lot of people plan to breastfeed, and I had planned to breastfeed, but stupidly I didn't pre-express colostrum. and that's the first milk that babies have. And I had a bit of trouble with the breastfeeding after my cesarean. So in hindsight, what I would have done is expressed the colostrum, had the syringes, and had them at the hospital with me so that I could have given them to him. But I tried to breastfeed him and it didn't work. So we had to basically give him formula. So at first we started off with this first milk formula. So this one is the one that we used, and then we ran out of the ones that we'd packed. So we packed like a little box of it. Because we ran out, then we just actually got formula from the hospital. And I didn't know that you could do that either. I also packed water wipes as well, which are really good. We also used, I can't remember if we ran out of water wipes or what happened, but we used cotton wool, which we got from the hospital, and also water. And I had packed cotton wool, but we ran out of the bit that I had taken. I packed Vaseline. Gosh. I packed Vaseline mainly for his bum. We didn't end up using it, so people use this as a nappy barrier. We didn't end up using this at all. And I also packed this barrier ointment cream, which we didn't use. It's the Metonium one. Didn't use it. Love this now. So I would probably pack this if I was going to give birth again. And then we packed nappy bags, and yeah, I think we used these. My partner was doing a lot of the changing because I was completely out of it. Yes, so those are the things that we did actually, well, I did actually use, and we did use for baby. There were, as I said, a lot of things that I packed that I didn't use. So this bag here, swap them over. This bag here has got all of the stuff that I packed if I was going to do a vaginal birth. So this is just the Frida pack, Frida Mum set. I think it's about, I can't remember how much, it's 60 to 80 pounds for this whole pack, and it's got like disposable underwear. It's got the Perineal Witch Hazel Foam, which is for down there. Cotton wool pads. This is the Frida Mum, oh yeah, cold pad. So it's instant cold perineal compress. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. With self-adhesive strip. And that's obviously if you give birth down there, like to put like cooling wipes and stuff down there after. Perineal, I don't know how to say this, but basically witch hazel pad liners. This little, I can't remember what these things are called, the things that you spray water down there. So this didn't come with the set, I believe. I think I had to get this separately. But yeah, one of those things that you put water in, tip it upside down, and yeah. Again, didn't use this because I had a cesarean in the end. More of these pads. And then this pad as well. I also took quite a lot of, I had 2 packets of maternity pads with me, which I went through, and I'm so glad that I took them with me. I thought I only needed one, but last minute I just whacked another one in. And those are really good because my waters broke early, so I was using the pads quite early on at home. And then when I got to the hospital, I needed them as well. And I'm just trying to think if there was anything else that I actually used. So I've just realised that I forgot a few essentials that I did actually pack, and I did actually use. So the first one was chewing gum. Luckily I had I think we went down to the shop and we got chewing gum, but after I gave birth, I had like really bad gas and pains, and I was told to have peppermint tea, which they gave me at the hospital, but then also chewing gum, and that actually really helped to like get the gas to move through. So definitely have chewing gum on you just in case. The other thing was a water bottle with a straw. So I used that a lot because you need to make sure that you stay hydrated as well. We didn't need to take change or anything like that for the parking because everything's on card nowadays. So obviously I had my card with me. I had my hospital notes, which you need to take, remember to take them. And yeah, I think that was it. Other than that, the things that I would say is definitely create a note on your phone with all of the essentials that you need. And what I did is I just went through and did an emoji with a tick of things that I'd already packed, and then a note to say need to pack. Like if something was drying or whatever, if I needed to buy it, I would put a note next to it. Definitely go through your hospital bag list with your partner so your partner knows where things are, because your partner's going to be the ones that they're going to be the one, or your birthing partner, whoever is with you, they're going to be the one that's actually reaching for things and grabbing things for you. I didn't even look at the bags until we were leaving. The other thing is, seriously think about what you would need for labour. So I overpacked in terms of like the TENS machine and my massage stuff and everything like that, but just pack things that you think that you would use and be useful. Like if that is a labour ball, then pack that. A lot of things, if you're driving to the hospital, your partner's driving you, you can just leave them in the car. I saw some people, like when I was going to my maternity appointments, I saw some people's like partners go into the car and getting like full bags to take back into the hospital. So you can also do that as well. And a change mat. So we also took a portable change mat as well, which had inside it holds the water wipes, so the wipes that we took with us. So definitely take one of those, because it just makes it so much easier to change baby. You've got everything prepared. Do remember that you are going to be in hospital. It's different in the UK than in the US, but in the UK you can actually ask the hospital for things, and we didn't know that until like the last, like obviously when he was born, like we didn't know that until we ran out of formula and we asked, and they were like, oh yeah, like here, you can take this. So definitely ask them if they've got things that you need. Like maternity, they do have maternity pads for you as well, but the pads that they have don't have wings. It's literally just sticks on, and they're massive, but they do drop. And I was going to take other things. What I'll do is I'll leave the full list down in the description so you can see the things that I was going to take and what I did use. But yeah, this is my list. And this is just for peace of mind in terms of if I'm going to give birth again, as a reminder of what to use, but also for people like if you're researching and you just want a list of what someone actually used, then yeah. Remember when you leave the hospital to also take your red book. So they should give you a red book for baby. We ended up having 2 red books for some reason, but yeah, just remember to have that and keep it in a safe space. So those are the things that I actually packed and used during my labour and birth. My birth didn't go the way that I had planned, but hey, if you have a home birth or a planned cesarean, you might pack different types of things. Oh yeah, I also packed like eye mask and headphones, but I didn't use those in the end. I think I might have used the headphones for a little bit when I was first in the waiting room, just to try and like listening to the app, to the positive affirmations, but after that I didn't use it. If anyone's got any comments about essentials that you think you should pack as a first time mum or a second, third, fourth time mum, whatever it is, please drop a comment below. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good 2026.